All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools any athlete can have. It's all about mental resilience, and it starts with what we call a growth mindset. Let's dive in.
Have you ever been there? You make one bad pass, you miss one easy shot, and all of a sudden it feels like your whole game is just falling apart. So what's the deal with that? Why does it happen?
Well, here's the thing. It's almost never about a lack of talent or ability. The real game changer is the set of beliefs you bring to your performance. It's all about your mindset.
In the world of sports psychology, it really boils down to two core mindsets that shape how you think about your abilities. Let's break them both down.
Okay, so first up, we've got the fixed mindset. This is the belief that you're basically born with a certain amount of talent, and that's the hand you're dealt. Success from this point of view is just a reflection of that natural, built-in ability.
And you can see how this plays out on the field. An athlete with a fixed mindset, they're totally obsessed with the outcome, winning or losing. They're terrified of making mistakes because they see it as proof that they just aren't good enough. Any kind of constructive feedback feels like a personal attack, which leads them to hide their weaknesses instead of actually working on them.
So, what does that look like in a real game? Well, imagine a soccer player who makes a bad pass. If they're stuck in a fixed mindset, their immediate reaction is to pull back, play it safe, and stop taking risks. Why? Because they're scared of proving they don't have what it takes.
But then, there's a totally different way to look at things, the growth mindset. This is the core belief that your abilities aren't carved in stone. You can absolutely develop them through hard work, smart practice, and learning from every single experience.
And that shift in belief, it changes everything. Suddenly, the focus isn't just on the final score, it's on the process of getting better. Mistakes? They're not failures, they're information. Feedback isn't an insult, it's a gift. And tough challenges, you actually start seeking them out because you know that's where the real growth happens.
Okay, so this isn't just some feel-good, positive thinking stuff. This has a real, measurable impact on your performance, right down to how your brain is physically wired to work.
This is where it gets really fascinating. Scientists have actually looked at the brain when people make mistakes, and what they found is amazing. When someone with a growth mindset makes an error, their brain literally lights up with activity. They're paying closer attention, which means they're much more likely to learn from it and correct it the next time.
I mean, just look at the difference here. After a mistake, the fixed mindset gets bogged down by the failure itself, worrying about what everyone else is thinking. But the growth mindset, it immediately pivots. The focus becomes, okay, what can I learn and how do I get back in the game? And that is the secret to bouncing back fast.
All right, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you start building a growth mindset in your own training and competition?
Let's break it down into a simple, through-step game plan you can use. First, before you even compete, change your goal. Instead of just, I have to win, try something like, today, my goal is to improve my reaction time. Second, during the game, when a mistake happens, and it will, don't beat yourself up. Ask a simple question, what can I learn from that? And finally, after the competition's over, look at your performance like a coach would. What went well, and what's the next thing you can work on to get better?
Okay, so if you remember nothing else from this, let's just lock in the most important points right now.
First, the fixed mindset is the idea that your talent is what it is. It's static. Second, the growth mindset is the complete opposite. It's the belief that you can always develop your abilities. And third, the really crucial point here is that the mindset you choose to adopt is the engine that's going to drive your resilience and ultimately your performance over the long run. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one question. Because what you choose to believe about your ability isn't just a passing thought. It's the very foundation that your entire athletic journey will be built on.